Am I frozen? Oh, I looked frozen. No, I'm not. I'm not frozen. I was just standing I was just really still for that. It looked like I was frozen, but it was kind of on me because I wasn't moving. So, it's I kind of blame myself. I sort of psyched myself out with that. Anyway, how's everybody doing? What's up? Doing okay? So apparently, what the hell is her name? I don't even know. Doesn't matter. This lady's stupid, like really, really stupid, and really smug at the same time, which is an odd combo. It's kind of like stupid person from a sitcom, right? Like they're always way too confident. You know, they rarely have self awareness whilst being stupid because that's what makes it funny, right? Because they're so confident in their idiotic nonsense, and then acting like a idiot. What is he even talking about? And it's hilarious. That's this lady, whatever the hell her name is. I don't care. Listen to this. You're gonna have to take this journey with me, because my God, I wanted to punch. I've never wanted to punch a screen as badly. Dylan's watching this. Lady, watch this.
Smiley, let's check in and see how it's for New York City.
It's true. As your next mayor, I will freeze your rent.
Aw, he's so smiley. Let's check in and see how it's going.
In order to get to this point,
he's so smiley,
of closing the gap on both this fiscal year and the next fiscal year, we are forced to raid the rainy day fund, the retiree health benefits trust reserve, and to increase property taxes across these other years.
I hate to say I told you so, but you guys are screwed.
Yeah, because you're on team all the billionaires, which, people that are anti all the billionaires tend to be fighting kind of an uphill battle. So, but it's good to see that you're rooting for the most evil people on planet Earth. But okay. What is her name? Hold on. Sarah Gonzalez. Unfiltered. I swear, is that like, isn't there like every right winger is like, we'll call it Unfiltered? Like, how many right winger shows are just their name Unfiltered? Like, come on.
Welcome back to Sarah Gonzalez Unfiltered.
This is SG. That's which pisses me off because, I got one of those. Like with the double cutaway. It's red. That's right. I got a red SG.
Turd. One thing that the media hates more than anything.
Guitar people will get that. That's it. Well, now everybody knows what I was talking about. But
is when President Trump speaks the truth and calls them out.
When is that? Because I feel like I would even notice when Trump tells the truth, because, that's so fucking rare. That like never happens.
Calls them out, says what they really are. They really don't like it when President Trump says this.
One thing I have been, even the enemy, because they are the enemy, what they've said, even that enemy too, and they're really the enemy. They're the enemy of the people, the press.
The press. The way that people can know about stuff, like me being in a pedo rig, they're the enemy of the people. No, dude, you are. And them saying the actual truth that you are the enemy of the people, I know is why you say they're the enemy.
Everyone was like, the press members were, aghast. Oh my God. What is he talking about? We're just seeking real truth. We're just following the facts where they lead. Like they can't wrap their minds, their teeny tiny little pea brains around why anyone would have such bad things to say about them.
So you're going to provide like why that is, I guess? Is that what we're doing here?
I mean, you see it over and over again, whether it's President Trump, whether it's Caroline Leavitt, whoever it is, whether it's Governor Ron DeSantis in Florida, whoever it is that is calling them out for the liars and losers that they are, they can't comprehend it. And meanwhile, as they are sitting there not comprehending it, they are continuing to produce absolute shit, which is just the complete opposite of what we believe as Americans. Like, they are anti-American. They are.
What the fuck is happening? How is she saying so much but not like actually saying anything? Like, has she like made a point that's like not just like, yeah, stupid press. I hate all the press. That's right.
Un-American. They are America last. And while they are all
They are America last. Who does that sell with? Like, that can only possible sell with the brain blended right wing nut job. Like, you're like, yeah, man, they're America last. That was cool. That was awesome. When she said, I'm going to keep listening to this lady. She clearly, she knows what's going on. That's what that is.
of these things, they are also so stupid that they don't understand basic tenets of the country in which they receive.
Can they finish sentences? Because are they like, you seem like you're so stupid. You can't even finish sentences because you seem like you're losing track halfway through as to what you're even trying to say here.
All of these opportunities and all of these pleasures and all of these privileges. It's pretty incredible. Now, I'm going to play for you. This is not fake news. This is not AI.
What the hell is she talking about? Like, it's so confusing. Like, all I've gotten so far, press bad. That's it. We haven't gotten anything else. And then, and Republicans call them out for it because they don't like to be criticized.
Generated. This is an actual, real report that CNN is making.
It's an actual, real report, y'all. Get ready. It's going to be insane, apparently. Probably not at all.
Warning about, guys, it's very serious, the evils of Christianity. Watch.
Well, for the past several months, I've been working on a special project examining the growing influence of Christian nationalism.
Okay, I think that's not the same. Wow, I feel like she mischaracterized something here. Are they going to start doing the anti-Semitic like thing if you criticize Israel, the government of Israel? Like, are they going to start doing that with Christianity and Christian nationalism? Is that really where we're at now? They're just going to be like, anytime somebody's like, dude, Christian nationalism is a problem. They hate Christianity. They hate it. Look, they're talking bad about Christian nationalism, dude. That's a different thing. That's not just the religion of Christianity. It is a very specific kind of extremist Christianity that wants to control everybody.
In America. If you're not
in America. Yeah, sorry, just this country. But given that our current leader is trying to take over the planet, I guess it would eventually be everybody, after he takes over Greenland, starts to look around for the next country to probably Poland, It just, I don't know why. My mind goes to Poland for some reason when I think about, taking over the world. Like, I don't know.
familiar, Christian nationalism is an ideology rooted in the belief that our country was founded as a Christian nation and that our laws and institutions should reflect Christian values.
Look at
Yes. Ma'am, are you okay? Like,
you?
Where is
What? How is she sitting here acting like, yeah? Were you homeschooled, lady? You were homeschooled, weren't you? You were taught American government with an Abeka book, weren't you? Yeah, you were.
your confusion? I don't understand what you're confused about.
I don't think you understand a lot. There's a lot more actually that you don't understand here.
Do you know history? Have you ever cracked open a history book?
Holy shit! How are you doing this? How are you being this smug and this stupid simultaneously? It's insane.
The vast majority of founding fathers were some variety of Christian. They had the different sects, which of course is what freedom of religion was all about. That's what it was really angling towards, was
to get Christians freedom to be any kind of Christian that you want. That's what the freedom of religion was really for. Just all the different types of Christian, but Christian government, though, it's very clear in the Constitution that Christianity is what is driving all of our beliefs about how the government should work.
you had Protestant Christian, you had Catholic, you had the Quakers. Now you had Washington, who was agnostic but still agreed with the values.
So the first president, okay, so the vast majority, but like the first president, well, he was agnostic, which I'm surprised he even said that, because there's actually a lot of bullshit, like pseudo history that like says that he is that he was that he is a Christian, that he was a Christian, and they had like paintings and everything where he was like kneeling and praying at a particular spot in time in history or whatever like that. But it was apparently the same, like that picture and everything of him praying was like kind of taken. It was like the same type of rhetoric or the same book. That's what it was. The same book that had the cherry tree story in it. That was kind of like historical fiction. And they like made him a Christian in that historical fiction book where they had the, I cannot tell a lie, that whole cherry tree story that was completely made up. But they, it's almost like King Arthur, right? They like added in all this mythology after the fact, But so I'm surprised that she even said that he was agnostic, but because that is true. He was agnostic. Technically, he was like culturally Christian, kind of, because his wife was Christian, very, very Christian. But he apparently he would like sneak out of all the services all the time and stuff. Be like, all right, I'm fucking out of here. And they would like when they would start doing communion and stuff, he'd be like, oh my God, I got to do this whole stupid rich. I'm out. I got to go. I got important things to do. Okay. Can't be sitting here cannibalizing some undead carpenter ghost. But this, the styrofoam cracker, whatever the hell they are. Why do they taste like styrofoam? I'm out of here. I'm not even going to finish. This is terrible.
Jefferson, Franklin were deists, but it's all in our founding documents. They made this very clear.
Literally not. Literally not. Literally the opposite is in our founding documents. The founding document says we will make no law respecting the establishment of a religion. And it's the first half for the first sentence of the first clause of the First Amendment. Holy shit, lady.
Clear, ma'am. You're spending several months looking into this. It's like, it's really basic stuff, ma'am. The first sentence, literally the first sentence of the Declaration of Independence. The Declaration of Independence.
That's not the Constitution. Like, what the hell are you talking about? And like, and I did like a little bit of digging on this, but well, here, let me let her continue.
Like the beginning, the foundation of this country mentions God. Did you find that in all of your investigation, Pamela?
Did you investigate anything at all when you looked up like what they meant by the word God in the Declaration of Independence?
When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. Nature's God.
I don't think she understood like 90% of that. She just like, it said God. If that's written right there, it's the God. It's a nature's God. It's it's the nature one. But it said the word God. So look at this. Let me see if it'll come up this time. I'm gonna look it up. But in the Declaration of Independence. What is nature's God mean? Or what does that mean? I guess I should say. Doesn't matter. You don't have to be grammatically correct. Okay. Maybe later. All right. Let me switch over so you can see it. Because you got to see this. It's really funny. I was just like, because I knew that it wasn't what she's trying to say. She's trying to say that nature's God or whatever in the Declaration of Independence was Jesus, apparently. But in the Declaration of Independence, nature's God refers to a creator whose existence and laws are understood through reason and the natural world, rather than strictly through religious revelation. Exactly not the Christian God is what was, and all it took was like a single search. All she had to do was a single Google search to be like, what is nature's God? What the hell does that mean? That sounds weird. That doesn't sound Christian. So maybe I should look this up before I go look like a complete fucking moron and be super smug about the stupidity that I'm peddling here. Unbelievable. I'm just like, holy shit. I swear to God. And it's like, part of me is like thinking that, you know, with the way that they're all behaving right now, they're losing everybody. Everybody's like, everybody's fleeing their support for MAGA at this point. You know, the right is just, it's crumbling. Even Nick Fuentes, this is crazy. Even Nick Fuentes, who you would think, and if you don't know who he is, he's a piece of shit, who's a Nazi that is that has been a supporter of Trump for a very long time, and he even met with Trump with Kanye West, you know, a while ago. Anyway, but he has even come out and said, "Fuck Trump, fuck MAGA, don't vote in the next election, don't vote in the midterms." And he said that they deserve a Democrat president next. And I'm just like, wow, dude, how did you lose him? How did you lose him? You would think of all the people that would be loving this, you know, the deportations, all this insane shit, you know, Gestapo's, all the stuff. You would think he would love that. Nope, you lost him too. Probably because he can't afford eggs still, you know, still those goddamn eggs. Can't afford them because of all the fucking tariffs that are making everything unbelievably expensive. But all right, let's see here. Key points regarding nature's God include Enlightenment influence. The phrase alongside laws of nature draws from John Locke and other Enlightenment thinkers, grounding American rights in a divine, moral, and rational order. Not Christianity at all. Nothing to do with Jesus, dude. Source of rights, it argues that rights are not granted by the British king, because again, this is the Declaration of Independence, which is not the Constitution, but whatever. British king or parliament, but rather by a higher divine authority, making them inherent and unalienable. The justification of revolution. So anyway, but it's, you know, she's really, really wrong here. And I just wanted to highlight that and prove it with my Google search ability. So don't look how I misspelled everything. Stop. Don't pay attention. And the bad grammar. Stop. Don't look at it. Okay. Okay, I went down. No, you can still see it. Stop looking. All right, we're gonna have to back out of this. Back to the crazy lady. What the hell was her name again? I've never even heard of this lady. Have y'all ever seen this lady before? Gonzalez. Gonzalez. I'm surprised she, you know, hasn't been. She gets like halfway through her spiel here, just gets side tackled by ICE. Like, you're getting deported, Gonzalez. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, you're done. You're done. And it just goes to fuzz for like an hour after that.
All caps.
All caps.
The G is capitalized.
The G is capitalized, though. So that, and everybody knows that's the Jesus one. When you capitalize the G, that stands for capital Jesus.
On top of that, I don't know how much Pamela makes, but I'd imagine she makes a whole lot of money. I'd imagine she makes a shit ton more money than me to stand there and lie to the American people and try to gaslight them and try to explain to them why Christianity is evil. And people are trying to make it sound like it was some sort of foundation of this country. What? I need to investigate that. Ma'am, it's on our money. It's on the currency that you have way more of than most of us.
Oh, yeah. It's these rich leftists, you know, with all the money. It's those moneyed interests that are those leftists. In God we trust. Another bit of, you know, historical trivia here. That was not put on the money until 1957. It was added to the pledge, which is kind of ironic because it's like literally right after the word, what is it? It's indivisible, and then it divides the sentence right after indivisible, like, your God, the God, anyway. It like literally divide anyway, but because belief in God is probably the most divisive thing on earth. But yeah, that's not at all from our founding fathers, dude. Holy shit.
In God we trust. It's right, like it's right there. Maybe you're just swiping the card. You haven't actually used cash in a while. So maybe you just forgot that.
Maybe you should make a law that says that you have to have in God we trust on all the cards. I shouldn't say that. They're going to do that, aren't they? That's going to be the next thing they're going to try to do. They're like, yeah, that's actually a good point. Yeah. All credit cards have to have in God we trust. And fuck atheists in little tiny writing and like little quotations. Fuck atheists. Yeah. When that has to be on all credit cards and debit cards from here on out.
I hope that your months-long investigation sometime, somehow, some way led you to that little tidbit, that little nugget.
Maybe you could do a 5-minute investigation and learn fucking anything, dipshit. Like, can you? Holy shit, she's stupid. Like, this is what I'm saying. I feel like this is why they've lost the culture. They're not even fucking trying anymore. They're just, their brains are broken. And it's like, I feel like at this point, everybody could just already tell now, and this is Family Guy bit levels of absurd and silly and pathetic and just obvious bullshit. But, she's going to continue to act like it's not all that stuff.
Now, I could go on. Do I need to bring up the Pledge of Allegiance? The thing that you guys are trying to get us to not say in schools because it says that dastardly word.
I don't think that's true at all. But no, it's because it's weird, man. Why are you telling kids that they have to do a brainwashed loyalty thing to our country? That's just weird and creepy. Yeah? No, you have to pledge allegiance to our flag. That's right. You pledge allegiance right now. What the fuck? It sounds like, I don't even know. It sounds like a cult. It sounds like something you'd have to do if you were getting in the Illuminati or something. Okay, now it's time to pledge allegiance to our mascot. And our mascot is an owl eating a baby. Yeah. So you got I pledge allegiance to the baby eating owl. Come on, go. Say it. Repeat after me. Come on. Say it like you mean it. Okay? What the fuck? Jeez.
Under God. Can't have that. And somehow, this woman, Pamela Brown, has spent several months.
Dude, you have said that same thing 18 times now. We get it. Several months. Again, all it would take is a few minutes to figure out that she's a hell of a lot more right than you are.
Just scratching her head, trying to research a way to gaslight America into thinking that these basic founding principles never existed. Now,
they weren't founding principles, so yeah, they didn't. Then they didn't exist. Holy shit. Unbelievable. How's everybody doing? Doing okay? Y'all are looking great. Hell yeah. Wow, that came out weird. Came out like I have a bird in my throat. Right? Y'all are looking great. That was even weirder. That's, it's not, I don't know what's happening. I feel like it's just the weirdness scale is about to break. Who won? Let's see. Ember won this time. Hell yeah. Awesome. And she put up is that a pirate flag? Is that what that's right? That's right. There's a pirate thing going on when you're first or something. I'm not real. I don't think I think it's something that the kiddos are into that I don't understand. Probably the 6-7 stuff. Ambushed Apostate. What's up? How you doing? It was Seth. His name's Seth. But then we got Weirdo Third speaking. Hey, look, it's English in this chat. Okay. God damn it. Ooh, I'm so mad. You can't be talking. Oh my gosh, it's using Spanish. Fucking. Hold on. I think I've been watching too much right-wing stuff lately. Why is Spanish making me so mad? It's randomly making me super angry. Yeah, I gotta stop watching this stuff. I think maybe we need to go back to Ray Comfort, right? Maybe we do. I don't know. Then we got Jess. What's up, Jess? how we do it, who we all have to thank for all of the incredible art that we've got going on over here. And I seriously appreciate it. Oh, including, oh my God, how did I forget to do? Okay, let me do it real quick. And I am Brentley. And this is, hold on, we got to do it right. I am Brentley, and this is Debunk Apostate. Let's go. So we got this. That was Jess. She did that. Hell yeah. I love it. That's all. Thank you so much for that again. But how did I forget to do? I feel like I haven't done this in a while. Maybe that's what it is. I'm out of sorts here. It's all Dade's fault. Dade Murphy. He's not in the chat. He is in the chat. What? I was just kidding. What's up, dude? How you doing? Anyway.
You might be thinking, boy, that's shitty. And it is. But
are you allowed to say words like shitty? That's a non-Christian. That's a non-Christian word, lady. It's a naughty word.
I regret to inform you it gets worse. They are now trying to paint Charlie Kirk because, you can't.
I mean, they're trying to paint because he kind of got painted by himself because of, anyway.
Say God rest his soul. You can't just say it's a tragedy. You have to make him the villain in the afterlife. And now they're like, well, his death is being used as a launching point for this evil Christianity movement.
With the assassination of
she points. Play the clip. Let's do it.
Charlie Kirk last year. Experts say it was a pivotal moment for the movement and an occasion where the tragedy of his loss unified Christian nationalists and the Trump administration.
So it was experts that said that. So she's like, oh, he's stupid, saying, oh, he's a catalyst and he's stupid. And then she's like, political scientists, experts all agree that, this Christian, but she takes it, this stupid lady that took 2 months to be stupid and figure out that that Christianity's evil or so stupid. My God.
As they honored him.
And it did. Because it was like this weird, I don't know, that was like, honestly, that it's like where you start to just lose your goddamn mind with this shit. Because you have these people that are the worst people. They're just constantly just saying the most cruel and hateful shit. And then they want to try to flip the script. And if you don't appropriately, act like you loved Charlie Kirk, or if you say anything about him after, he passed away that way, well then, how dare you? Are you fucking kidding? You guys? Really? It's just how? It's unbelievable. But it's this gaslighting shit. And I feel like that was the beginning of them really playing their hand a little bit too far there, because it began to, the cracks began to form. And I think everybody could tell, okay, come on, you guys are just kind of gaslighting everybody. And in the most obvious way, right? We could all see through this now, right? And it's just sort of like that. We know that they know that we know they know we're lying. Or that they are lying. And it's just, they're just like, yeah, we don't care. We're just gonna be mean and then lie about it and then pretend that we're not lying about it, even though we know they know we're lying about it. And that was the beginning, I think, of that really being in your face gaslighting shit,
September 20th.
What's up, Kelly? She's crazy. That's it. Just full. That's it. I'm not going to say crazy. She's nuts.
21st, 2025.
America is a nation in grief, a nation in shock, and a nation in mourning.
He wasn't even a fucking politician. What the hell? That was so weird. I mean, it's just some YouTuber. That's it. And they're like, we need a day for this guy. We need a day. Otherwise, we might not remember the beautiful legacy of the guy that said that all black pilots are probably bad because they're black, and you can't, they're stealing jobs from more qualified white people because it's White people are always more qualified. It's just sort of the subtext of everything I believe.
Charles James Kirk was heinously murdered.
Here's Tiffany, Chucky's wife.
Oh, man.
Wow, you're a bad actress.
I forgive him.
Because it was you. It was, it was you that hired him. So, I could imagine you forgave him.
Memorial service was one of the most potent examples of this shift in our culture that works.
It's a dark matter. What's up, Giselle? How you doing? So can we watch Trump Goes to Hell from Dark Matter sometime? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we'll check it out. We'll see if we got time in a little bit. I got one more video after this one. And but if we got time at the end, yeah, we'll check it out.
Experiencing right now, where a large segment of American Christians are being
What's up, Maya? How we doing?
activated by these ideas,
And Big
radicalized
John. Hey, Big John.
by these ideas
Sorry.
in our culture.
God damn it, Big John. You're making me interrupt everybody with your presence so that I have to acknowledge you in there. And now I'm talking over the video. It's all your fault.
We're experiencing right now, where a large segment of American Christians are being activated by these ideas, radicalized by these ideas that say that they are the persecuted ones and that they need to stand up for Christians.
Look at this lady's face. Look at it. Hello. We are the persecuted ones, even though we're the majority of the country and we have all the power, all the wealth, and everything. But we are persecuted. Sometimes people are mean and say they don't believe our beliefs.
Christians' rights.
By doing what, sir? But by doing what? By the way,
But would say that they're being persecuted? Is that what you're asking? Hold on. What was he?
And that they need to stand up for Christians' rights.
by doing what, sir?
By doing what? I'm so confused. I don't know. Did you play the wrong clip? Did you watch the same clip that we watched? Because I don't feel like this is an appropriate response.
By doing what? By the way, I mean, doesn't this scholar look exactly how you would predict? Doesn't he look exactly how you would imagine that he? Stephen, give me.
What are scholars supposed to? He looks like a white guy. I don't. What is it? The see-through? It's the clear frames, isn't it? With his stupid clear frame glasses, nerd, 4 eyes. Hate him. Doesn't he look just so much like a scholar? What the hell is she talking about?
Yeah, like, visiting Matthew Taylor, visiting scholar from.
His beard is like too short. Who trims their beard that short? Stupid scholars. That's who. Look how stupid his face looks. I hate him.
Georgetown University Center on Faith and Justice. You look exactly how I could have predicted.
Why? Like, what? Say something. Like, you just keep repeating. Like, he looks like he's a scholar. Okay, well, he is one. So, what the fuck? What is happening?
And you're going to sit there and you're going to lecture me
with your stupid too short beard being all
on what? Christianity? On believing in God?
No, he was saying other stuff. Did you watch a different clip than the rest of us?
What, like, are you denying that Christians are constantly targeted in this country? Have you forgotten?
How, dude? Like, what the? It's insane to sit there and be like, we are persecuted when you have literally all the power, all the numbers, you can't even handle not having my religion is the true one printed all over taxpayer funded buildings because y'all are that fucking insecure about your beliefs. But yeah, you're persecuted though.
Have you forgotten how the Biden administration actually went after Christians?
I guess I forgot about that. How exactly? When? What? Where? How? What? How?
Like,
oh, she's not going to.
Sir, are you living?
She's moving on. Did you forget that Biden beat Christians over the head with the spike ball on a chain? Did you forget about that? Caved their head right in, you know? Felt like a scene from a Game of Thrones spin-off show where they take their helmet off and then their heads all caved in, they fall. You didn't see it coming, and they fell dead. Remember when Biden did what? What the fuck are you talking about, lady?
On this planet? Because yesterday,
it's like her whole thing is just like, I'm just going to say stuff as if I'm right, and that this is just crazy. It's crazy the things these people are saying. I'm not going to explain why or anything like that. I'm not going to present any evidence or anything at all, even anything approaching a goddamn argument. But I'm just going to talk like, oh my God, are you from this planet? Like, that's her whole bag.
we just aired an episode in which I talked about another trans shooting. We've got all of these transgenders, and when they feel like they are being persecuted or oppressed, even though they're not, it's the mental delusion.
Holy shit, man. They literally had their rights taken away. You took the medication from their children. What the fuck is wrong with you? Wow, dude. It's opposite day with these people. Like, it really is. And then to sit there and go, they're doing all the shootings because there's been like two. And they keep ignoring the fact that this latest shooter was a Nazi. Literally a Nazi. Had SS tattooed on their arm. Far right, MAGA, Trump supporter, voted Republican. But you're not going to mention any of that. Also Christian, I'm pretty sure, but not going to mention any of that. But got some pictures in a dress. So that's not the genocidal ideology that they believe in. No, they do gender different. They do gender in a way that we don't. That's why they went and unalived people. Holy shit, man. Y'all are fucking delusional.
Actually go out and kill people.
And like, what? Dude, it's like something like 90% of all mass shootings are done by Christians. It's just a fact. Every shooting in 2022 was a far right theist. Some of them were Muslim, but that was just a few. Most of them were Christians, and all of them were far right.
What did we do? What did we do that day? I was in that stadium. What did we do that day? We gathered there, not just to celebrate Charlie's life, but to celebrate Jesus.
What's up, Deviant Outcast? How we doing? So, don't you get it? We need to have empathy for the guy who said empathy's a leftist hoax. And a dangerous, he said it was a dangerous, caring too much about people, identifying and feeling somebody else's pain that's a dangerous conspiracy. It's what that is. It's basically the Illuminati lizard people just eating babies' faces underneath a pizza shop. Pretty much, it's exactly that, really. Jesus. What's up, Jan?
That's not radical at all. He didn't show your work, sir, but he can't. He can't.
About what? Well, hold on. What the? This is so weird. It's so disjointed. It's like she's seen. It's like she was explained how to do like a right-wing YouTube show from aliens that didn't know how humans are like normally act, and so they're like trying to describe how right-wing YouTube channels go to her, who's also, I guess, an alien that's never met humans before, and now she's performing based on that description that you got from the aliens that don't know anything about human beings.
What did we do? What did we do that day? I was in that stadium. What did we do that day?
Hold on. What the fuck is she responding to, though? Hold on.
Another trans shooting. We've got all of these transgenders.
After like the third one. And they just keep saying that people are trans too, by the way. The one person just knew a trans person, and I guess that just infected their brain. It made them go try to take out Charlie Kirk.
What did we do? What did we do that day? I was in that stadium. What did we do that day? We gathered there, not just to celebrate Charlie's life, but to celebrate Jesus. That's not radical at all. He didn't give, like, show your work, sir, but he can't. He can't because he's just an absolute ghoul, just a lying ghoul. I mean, it is so reprehensible.
What the fuck is happening? What are you talking about? What work is he supposed to be showing? I don't even know what the hell she thinks she's responding to at this point. It's so disjointed.
The lies that they are spewing, the rhetoric that they're spewing with absolutely no evidence. Like, what do you mean they feel like they've got to go out there and stand up for the rights of Christians by what? Praising God? Like, by gathering in a stadium and praising God?
No. It'd be the enforcing, anybody that's critical of Christianity is a terrorist, apparently, and capitalism. Anybody that's, but stuff like that. I mean, they've galvanized their base into hating anybody that is just not Christian because they're so unbelievably privileged that if somebody says, I don't believe your religion, you take that as an offense, as something that needs to be like somebody that needs to be set straight and shit. It's crazy.
I don't understand. Like, that's really radical. You guys better lock your doors at night. The Christians might come knocking.
They're breaking people's doors down, to get rid of all the brown people without warrants, too, by the way. And that's under this Christian nationalist regime.
Now, again, I regret to inform you, it gets worse because
you got to stop with the I regret to inform you thing. It's not, I don't think it's doing what you think it's doing. You just sound like a weirdo. That's, I don't know, like doing a parody of somebody telling like a mom that their kid died at war or something. I don't understand what she's doing here.
There's an interesting point that they keep hammering in this piece of shit documentary.
Hey, naughty words, okay? Apologize to baby Jesus right goddamn now, lady.
I find this one to be incredibly fascinating.
I think that Christian nationalism is going to reshape democracy.
In this one nation under God, is liberty for all?
We know the way that they treat women. You know how bad it is.
Look at me. I'm sitting here on my own set with a show. It's a hard life. It's a hard life being a woman as a Christian in America. Like, what?
What the fuck are you? She said, we know how badly they treat women. Y'all are literally letting women bleed out in hospital waiting rooms because they can't get basic medical care because y'all have like done this blanket, like nobody can ever get an abortion no matter what, to the point where doctors are afraid to do life-saving treatment on women because, that you're just, and now women are just bleeding out because of this. And you don't think that, and they use the Bible as why they wanted that stuff legislated. They go, hey, Jesus was knitting you in the womb or some shit. Apparently he sews humans. He sews them, yeah. He's like that lady that just does all the knitting and stuff, but they're little humans that Jesus was knitting inside the womb. You got to picture it. You got to picture Jesus with a needle and yarn knitting a baby,
How poorly Christians treat women. Like how poor women are treated so terribly in
the Bible says to not even talk. Like, you're technically not even supposed to be talking right now, lady. Like, you're not even supposed to have a platform, okay? If there's a possibility that men could be watching you and learning from you, you're not supposed to be talking. That's in the rule. That's a Christian rule, dude.
This country, like, that made the promo. They decided on the cutting room floor.
Oh my God. Really, Betty? Woo! What did you eat? Did you get into peanut butter again? Oh, wow, that is too cool. I gotta open the door. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna just do this thing where I'm gonna wave. Air, get out. And take whatever that shit smell is too. Did you shit the bed? Literally? Wow.
Or this was a pivotal moment in that documentary, and that was what they were going to include.
Or am I just smelling her bullshit? I don't know.
Now,
wow, it stinks.
I wonder.
It's crazy.
As we discuss religion and how dangerous and evil Christians are, everyone who believes in God is a Christian nationalist. Everyone who believes that
What the wow, dude. It's incredible the way they can do this. That's you. That's you in your brain. You dummy. Nobody said that. Nobody said that. That's what you're conflating right now, lady. You're saying anybody that believes in God is a Christian nationalist. No, they're just talking about Christian nationalists, dude. And you're the one making that crazy broad assumption.
our country was founded on Christianity and Christian principles and beliefs is actually evil. I just wonder, in all of this months-long investigation,
Wow, the amount of time of the investigation really just knocked this lady sideways, apparently. But yeah, that is a problem, because we know what happens when Christians have power over other people. They're cruel as fuck. For whatever reason, they love the cruelty. They act like they're just like, oh, we're all about love and stuff. I mean, that's why we have this saying, like, there's no hate like Christian love, because they're cruel constantly. That's why they fucking love Trump, because he's a piece of shit that's cruel to everybody.
if Pamela Brown has ever done the same type of
Dogfight. Yeah, so wow, that was, dude. I did that almost threw me completely. I'm still a little thrown off. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of forgot what we were even doing at all because of that. That ungodly smell.
investigation on, I don't know, like how poorly Muslims treat women.
Yeah, I don't think we're too thrilled about that one either. All right. But the difference is we don't have Muslims trying to take over the goddamn government and are incrementally getting away with it in doing that. If that were the case, you'd be seeing a lot more stuff about Muslim nationalism and all the same type of rhetoric, but directed in that direction.
I just wonder, Pammy, have you looked into that before you decided to make the claims that you just claimed, before you decided to have mentally ill white women on your show that like are, I just get treated so poorly by these Christians?
Which is mentally ill for crying? Because, Christians do treat holy shit, dude. Like there's like, women are property in the Bible. It's the stuff that this lady's acting like, yeah, it's not even in it. Like, we know how Christians treat women. They treat them like property.
They tell me I should believe in God and I just don't want to. Like,
what? That I don't even who said anything about that? That is wow.
I wonder, because let me tell you, you would have a field day creating a documentary about how, say, Muslims treat women.
Oh my God. You just, her whole bag is just, Muslims are worse though. Because, and those are brown people too, by the way. I don't know if I just, I just want to throw that out there. Just make sure you remember that the brown people religions means they're bad. They're bad. Like, holy shit. It's like, what the fuck? My God. It's like, okay, that being true doesn't make the claims about Christianity being terrible to women untrue. That doesn't say anything at all about the truthfulness of that claim.
And I have exclusive content, Pammy. The first clips that you should include. And unlike you guys, it took my team just a few hours to compile these instead of the the several months it took P-Brain Pamela Brown. This is incredible, really. I mean, listen, I've got a great team.
She is like so freaking weird about the months-long thing. That is just that just blew her goddamn mind. She's like, can anybody research stuff for a month? You can't research the same thing for a month. That doesn't even make sense. Okay. All research takes like an hour tops, right? It's got to. That's the only what?
But I gotta wonder what you guys are doing over there with your thumbs up your asses, whining about Christianity.
Bad language. Repent, lady. Okay, that really shouldn't even be talking on a stage in front of men anyway. But now you're saying words like asses, and you're not talking about donkeys. Repent.
While not being able to find any solid, concrete examples of why Christianity actually is so terrible. Meanwhile, I'll just go ahead and do your work for you for your next documentary, which I'm sure you will be on very, very soon, on how Muslims view women. Let me play for you this cleric who talks about the verse in the Quran, which actually encourages beating women.
Oh my God. You want me to find really? You want to play this game? You want me to find all the verses about in the Bible about mistreating women? Huh? You want me to do that?
الآن في موضوع الضرب.
The Quran is still an Abrahamic religion.
On the issue of women beating, wife beating, let me start by relating a story pointing to the Quranic verse. As for those women,
what are you doing?
Admonish them, refuse to share their beds, and beat them.
Now we're all talking.
The Prophet Muhammad
We're all
said,
talking over each other.
do not
now.
hit her in the
I
face
can't
and do not make her
focus
ugly.
on
If
what
you want
you're
to
saying.
beat her on the leg,
Don't make us
on
stop
places where it
turn
doesn't
down the
leave a permanent
volume
mark
while
on the
you're
back.
talking over. Oh my good God!
According to our understanding of Islam, the beating is intended solely to convey a message to the wife. I'm angry with you. Period. End of story.
Holy shit! Sorry, that was a lot. There was a lot of moving parts for that. I apologize.
That's.
I didn't catch any of that. There was too much. Somebody was talking in the background or something while she was. I think she was reading something. It didn't matter. I don't care.
That's them, not me. That's their argument, not mine. And he's like, well, yeah, but Muhammad, our false prophet Muhammad, said that it was cool.
Our false prophet. Nice one. Nice. Low blow. You know, Muslims are going to be mad about that one.
Muhammad encourages beating your wives. I mean, don't do it on her face. You don't want to everyone would see. You don't want to mess up her face. Do it where no one can see. Wow. But tell me more, Pamela Brown, on how Christianity is so evil to women.
Cool. Yeah. No problem. There's a point where they say that a woman, if she's raped, she has to marry the rapist as, you know, the punishment for the rapist too, by the way. That's his punishment. All right, well, now you're stuck with her. Yeah, take that, buddy. Now you got to marry her. Yeah. And the woman's like, yeah, we don't even consider your feelings at all in this whole situation. Now go on, property. Go be with the guy that assaulted you. But yeah, no, you're right. Christianity is wonderful.
How about the fact that it's baked into the false religion, Islam?
Good one, man. That's, you know, they were just knocking the arguments out of the park over here. It's like, false, stupid religion. Islam is not Christianity. That's the good one.
It's baked into the Muslim religion to be pedophiles. Muhammad was a pedophile. And it's
Trump is a pedophile. Christians are constantly pedophile. Are you serious right now? And then they like took the priests that everybody found out were the PDF files and just moved them to a different church where they had more access to children. And this happens constantly. I bet you right now I could Google SA of a minor, priest, preacher, Christian, priest, preacher, or pastor, and I bet you something would come up from like the past 30 days of somebody either being prosecuted or something like that, or like somebody being caught just within the past 30 days. I guarantee it. There's something like that. It happens so frequently with Christianity. It's unreal.
actually like they tell you, encourage you, you should marry girls as soon as they hit puberty, actually.
When she reaches puberty, she's mature, she's ready to get married if she chooses.
You know, I've literally heard Christians make this argument as to why they should be able to marry 13-year-old girls in certain states. I think it was like Arkansas or West Virginia. I can't remember which state it was, but they literally have it on the books so that you can marry a 13-year-old with no restrictions. Like other ones have it where you can marry a 13-year-old if you're within like 2 years of that or whatever. But like some of those rural states have no restrictions in that regard. So literally state-sponsored Christian PDF file shit, because it was, all rural ass Christians that supported that.
Their laws are based on nonsense. We got nothing to be ashamed of, wallahi. Wallahi, if the East and the West, the North and the South came to say anything confirmed by my beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I would say he is right in the entire globe.
Oh God, Steven Anderson. Yeah. Is that one word? Steven fucking Anderson. What? Yeah. And end of argument. That's it. That's all I got to say is that guy snit. And pretty much all of your arguments about Christianity being anything other than terrible are all wrong. And I got the guy to prove it. Just look him up. That's all you got to do. Hey, what's up, Theo? How we doing? And JT, what's up, dude? And John, the other John, second John, second or third John. I don't know when did you get here? That would answer that. I hope she doesn't get turned into salt. Yeah, we want to talk about God treating women. God turned a woman into salt for looking at something. Ridiculous. You want to talk about, Christianity and women? Really?
Every single man is wrong.
Islam puts the age of the woman for marriage at puberty and above. And as a general rule.
It's so interesting too, though, that how is this her argument against the CNN thing? Like, what? Were the CNN people going, that's why I think we should have Islamic nationalism here in the U.S. That's what we really need in the White House there. We need Muslims controlling the levers of power. Was that ever anything anybody said? Who the hell is this for? Who is she arguing with? Because what the unbelievable. Like, even if this almost just like me being like, yeah, well, Scientology. You know that Tom Cruise? He jumped on a couch one time, looked stupid when he jumped on it. Oprah was freaked out, because Scientology worse than Islam. So if we're doing the arguments the way she's doing the argument, that's a valid argument. Thank goodness we don't, even though I could talk about him jumping on that couch all day. It was just kind of delightful, actually, to watch. He was like, what the fuck is that? Why is he doing this? What did he take? Did he take some? He's on Molly. That's what that is. He took some Molly. Yep, I've been there, my friend, jumping on couches and everything. Actually, I made a little fort. I made a fort out of the cushions from all the couches, and then I would jump off the dresser into the... Anyway, Molly's fun, it's a good time for all.
For all people in all time and all places, at puberty and above.
Child marriage is mubah. It's not haram. It's not wajib. It's mubah.
It's not haram. It's not haram. It's great. We love child marriage. Child marriage is amazing.
Yeah, I know. Christians believe that too. How old again was Mary when she was raped by your God? When was that? Oh, yeah, 12. That's right. You freak.
That is the Muslim religion.
Yeah, that's too bad. That's completely irrelevant to anything that's going on, man.
Nothing from CNN on that. No word from CNN on any of that.
why the fuck would they have a word for that? There's hardly any Muslims in this country, dude. Why the hell would they talk about that? It's so weird. You're like, get mad. They should hate the brown people religion like we do. If CNN would just hate the brown people religion, I think maybe we could agree on some stuff, because then we could all hate them together, and I'd be cool with it. What?
You're gonna give me some mentally ill white woman blubbering about how terribly Christians have treated her. What, man?
I wouldn't, glass houses, lady. Okay, I wouldn't be going off the handle talking about some lady that's also mentally ill when you have your brain in your head.
What did they show me on the doll where they hurt you? What, like, did they?
Good one. That was great. You got some just excellent arguments over here, by the way. Just, man, damn, just knocking it out the park with your logical syllogisms, just completely valid and sound the entire time.
Invited you to, I don't know, attend a worship service. Oh, no. Meanwhile,
what?
Muslim women in Muslim majority countries are like getting stoned to death if they are unfaithful.
Pretty sure the Bible says to do that too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Remember that was that one part where they were all gonna stone the lady, and then Jesus was like, "Don't." But prior to that, yeah, it was kind of the normal thing to do. So and actually that was added by a scribe anyway, so that didn't even really happen.
They're getting their genitals mutilated.
Okay, again, have you seen your religion? You know that you cut chunks off of babies, right? And you know that doesn't always go perfectly, right? Just want to make that clear. You cut chunks off babies in your religion, lady.
Having, honor killings. If they bring dishonor to the family, all bets are off. You're probably never going to see that woman again because her father or her brother or her uncle is going to kill her, and they actually value that. Like, that is something.
Yeah, Islam's bad, dude. It's almost as if religion is bad. It's crazy that this is your argument against people going, hey, Christian nationalism is bad. And you're like, Muslims, no, Muslims. And that's your argument. The people that are nowhere near trying to take over the goddamn country like the Christian nationalists are. But apparently CNN is supposed to talk about that.
Something that they think is part of their, religion. You can't bring dishonor to the family.
Is she a sociopath? I think she is. I think she's all the paths. Psycho, socio, no, not that one. Not that one. Sorry, scratch the last one. That was, those are good. But
otherwise, Allah might be mad. WWMD, what would Muhammad do?
Yeah. Good arguments, lady, all around. I bet this is so convincing to the toothless red hat wearing morons that watch your show.
Now that is evil.
What about the brown people, though? That's like everyone, like, no matter what happens, she could just be, but brown people stuff, right? I hate them. Everybody needs. What about them, though? What about them?
That is a scary religion. And be that as it may.
Yeah, and if they were trying to take over the government, we might be talking about them. But they're not. So we're not.
I don't see that coverage from CNN. Actually, their coverage of Muslims, highly favorable. Let me give you one.
They're not trying to take over the government. Holy shit, they're less than 2%. They're not even 2% of the population. Why the fuck would CNN say anything about them? This is insane. Oh, she's got an American. It's got an American flag hijab. That's good, spicing it up. I'm glad that they give them a little bit of freedom as to being able to express themselves while only showing their eyes.
9 tropes about Muslims that are a product of Islamophobia. They're just the tropes. You don't be Islamophobic. It is an irrational fear to be scared.
You don't want to see. You're not going to see them. We're not going to. You're going to show us the tropes. Are we going to? Do we get to see what any of them are, or are you just like, look, they didn't. They did an article on not being mean to a minority religion. that makes up less than 2% of the population.
Of Islam. Islam is so welcoming. It's so embracing. It believes in rights and freedoms and liberty and no
WWMD was probably the best thing she said. Honestly, that was pretty fun.
oppression whatsoever. I mean, guys, get real. Let me give you this.
Did she just say get real? Kevin, what decade is that? What decade am I? I thought it was 2026, and she just said get real.
Cinematic.
I feel like my mom would even be like, come on, that's like so 1989. Okay, let's not, you're embarrassing me with the get real stuff, okay?
Masterpiece that is called Muslim in America. I could use a hug. I could use a hug. Watch.
To be Muslim in America today
has been very difficult. It's challenging.
Oh, it's some challenges.
I could use a hug.
You're going to have to show me that you're not wearing a suicide vest before I give you a hug.
Holy shit. It's like you're exactly why they are running ads like that. Because people like you are just like nobody could say anything bad about Christian nationalism, which is not just Christianity, by the way. But because if you do, you go, what about the brown people? They blow themselves up. They're mean to women. They're pedophiles. Just when meanwhile, Trump is like being implicated like holy shit crazy in a PDF file ring. But, they're still going to be pointing to the PDF file stuff for the Muslim. Incredible.
I don't trust it. I don't like it.
Yeah, you're a racist, lady. I mean, that's just it. You're a really simple-minded moron, and you're just hateful.
And let me tell you something. If you are upset with being a Muslim in America today, I got an option for you. You can leave. You can leave.
You are so this is why I think the right is failing. Look how on the nose they are now. Like it's not even there's no dog whistles. There's just human whistles. Really fucking loud human whistles now. That's all they got.
You can go to a Muslim majority country, see how things are going over there.
Why don't you go to a majority religious? She wearing the slippers from are those the ruby slippers? They made pink ones. You see that? They made pink ruby slippers. Those are the lesser known pink ruby slippers.
You could do that.
You know what you could do, lady? Well, I can't say it because there are look, you got a PDF file right there, dude. It's weird that you're talking about how bad PDF file stuff is when you have a life-size cardboard cutout of one peering out from behind a plant too, which just, super on the nose, especially when we're talking about the PDF file stuff. Wow. No self-awareness over here. Holy shit.
Right now.
And why is the top of your head flat? There's something going on here. What is that? Her head is Frankensteining, It's like she got a flat top. But it's not a flat top, because it's parted down the middle, but for some reason you could land a plane on that head. Holy shit.
By the way, you could also tell your buddies, maybe you guys should stop blowing up Americans. Maybe.
When the fuck was the last time? Wow. Like they do all the time. They did more than 20 years ago, whatever. Mainly because of, stuff that Republicans were doing in other countries, destabilizing their anyway. But yeah,
you guys should stop waging war on anyone who doesn't believe in Allah.
Wow, they just again, the lack of self-awareness is pretty. I mean, you guys just sort of wage war on everybody as long as they got resources. We got to go to war, They got, do they have precious metals? Do they have oil? Well, then just start kidnapping people and, threatening military force to take over. Anyway.
That might help. That might help with our favorability in this country. And yet, if you ask them to do that. If you ask them, hey, you should speak out against, you know, it's like they try to say, oh, it's just there's peaceful Muslims too. And it's just the radicalized ones who act.
Denver bench. The Pitch Invasion has a cool song called Molly. Is it a punk band? I'll definitely check that out. Sounds fun. Sounds pretty good. It's a girlfriend, right? Named Molly. That's not what I was talking about, dude. You know that Molly is the name of a drug
Like that. I don't know. I don't hear any of these so-called peaceful Muslims calling out the radicalized ones.
But I don't think you're listening then, because they kind of do a lot.
Don't you find that peculiar?
Or just false, false. Yeah, I find it false.
I'd like to let me play you another CNN clip. This is Van Jones. They thought they were like, oh, it's gonna be so fun. Or his name is Van, and we're gonna put him in a van, and he's gonna like have conversation.
That is a good bet. Van in a van. You know what I'm saying? Whoa, man. Oh, just the depths of the humor that can be had with that whole bit. It's meta. It's meta, really.
Conversations with people. So this is Van Jones in a van with
jonesing for Molly, probably, right? She probably needs another hit of Molly. It's been a minute, starting to get the shakes, the Molly shakes.
Muslims, which I don't believe.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to come up with something so that, she's kind of just saying the same thing over and over. We might have to move out of here because it's just sort of a one trick pony at this point.
Is a good idea.
In sparkly pink slippers.
But here it is.
Trump's Supreme Court travel ban win was especially painful for a lot of Muslims in America. Now, look, the final version may have been watered down, but I'm old enough to remember back when Donald Trump was calling for a complete and total shutdown of all Muslims entering the U.S.
Yeah, when did Biden do that? When did anybody on the left, for that matter, just ban Christians? Like no more Christians flying in here. All right. And in fact, we're going to put you on a list. If you are a Christian, you're going on a list. Okay. And then we're going to use that list to arrest you and stuff.
And hate crimes against Muslims in the United States have actually spiked a great deal since his election. According to the FBI, those attacks rose by 19% in 2016.
Yeah, where like what happened with the anti-Christian hate attacks when a Democrat was when did that?
So I got back in my van. I traveled to Paterson, New Jersey. I want to hear directly from the people who live there. How are they dealing with all this stuff? And I want you to hear directly from them. Take a look.
What does it mean to be a Muslim in Trump's America?
I was walking down the street and a guy just saw me and he was like, oh, like, I can't believe you're covered like this. And he's like, oh, that's why Trump just shipped you guys all back out. Yeah. Like, ship me back where?
I don't, he just, okay, so he just mentioned hate crimes. And then he just said like, yeah, some man said Trump should send you back. Like, oh, okay, that's not a crime. Oh no, that's so terrible. I just said, oh gosh, that really gets me in.
It's really crazy that she doesn't hear. It's like all she did was say, go back where you came from, even though you were born here and are a legal citizen of this country and are also Muslim with your head covered. What's the big deal? What?
Comparison to the 3,000 plus American lives that were lost in the most deadly attack on American soil.
30 years ago. Holy shit. Like, what the fuck? Like that happens just on it every Tuesday. Another place blows up because of fucking, what are you talking about? Jesus, this is insane to just keep on repeating this stuff. You know that a Christian, this is a good example. What about a Christian that blew up the entire building, including a daycare center, by the way, in Oklahoma City? What about that? So, I think since that happened once, I can just repeat ad nauseum that Christians are just always going to be blowing stuff up because of that weird, like, flat-headed, he has the same type of head that you got. I wonder if fascists just have flat heads, They all look like that gray guy from Spider-Man. What's his name again? Kevin. What's the guy from Spider-Man? Tombstone. Yeah, they all look like Tombstone. Look, what's going on here? You know, what is up with their Frankenstein head? It's freaking me out. And the Oklahoma City guy, he also had that.
Let me weight these and see which one I actually give a shit about and which one I don't.
Language, lady. Okay, repent.
That's where I'm at.
Her head does look flat. It's flat. There's something wrong with it. I think she was dropped on her head repeatedly and like directly. I'm not talking like, you know, oh, she like it hit the side of no, upside down. Her dad or mom, babysitter, whatever, just kept just holding her by her feet and letting go. Picked her back up, held her by her feet, let her go. Maybe even did it off the roof of the house. I don't know, but that feels like that's what it would take to get this. Holy shit.
I guess it's just good that was a van and he didn't take them on a plane, you know?
Wow. This is why y'all are losing right now. This is why. You're just it's clown shoes level of just ignorant racist bullshit. Like it's crazy too. Like I'm feeling like empathy for Muslims right now, which is crazy. Because you know, I don't like all religions, all of them, including Islam. But I'm like, yeah, but they got to deal with people like this fucking lady.
I just don't understand. Probably the smartest
anything. You don't understand anything, it seems.
Thing he's ever done. Go ahead and subscribe to Sarah Gonzalez Unfiltered. Smash the like button and
no thanks. But if y'all want to smash something, you want to smash the God, I need to get another sponsor. We're actually working on one right now. That Ember's we're gonna be we'll I'll let you know once we get it. But we're working on a sponsor there, or Ember's working on something, and I'm gonna be a part of it. Anyway, all right, let's move away from this. It's just kind of repetitive at this point. You know what I mean? So, but here we'll do this one just for a minute. I know it's the same thing. It's like I swear it's like they get a memo. You know, they're like, hey guys, we all got to talk about this. And it's like CNN said bad stuff. And it's the same thing. Look, CNN declares war on Christianity. Leave it to CNN to do an actual hit piece on Christianity. It's Christian nationalism, dude. Like, that's a different thing. When you put those words together, it doesn't mean the same thing as just the one word alone. Holy Lord.
And instead of burning down the country, like the real radicals did, we held vigils and memorials, and people bought Bibles, and they got baptized.
No, yeah, you guys just took over the Capitol and beat police officers with Blue Lives Matter flags.
A special, like, documentary piece on the rise.
Oh, it already worked? Okay. See, Ember. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna make a banner for next one, but yeah, we'll get on this. It's gonna be great. But yeah, I want to have a banner for it and everything. But anyway,
of Christian nationalism.
Oh boy, they're bitting that hobby horse again.
There have been multiple storylines that feel like I'm like in 2021 again.
Whoa, like that was so long ago. Holy shit, man! What's that feel like? Does it feel weird? Do you get goosebumps because of how weird it feels? What is this getup? What the t-shirt? It's not even like a white tee. That's just a white tee under the blazer. It looks like he grew out of. You know, it looks like it was it was one of those things where you gained a little weight, and that's okay. You know, that happens. But then you're supposed to not wear the stuff that doesn't fit after that happens. You know, you buy a new one. Is that why you're wearing the t-shirt? Because nothing else fits under there. If I wear a normal collared shirt, it rips open like I'm the Hulk, you know? Like, it just looks weird. The whole getup. Fucking weird. And then this guy, well, he's a PDF file. He's some kind of creep. I don't know. I'm getting voyeur. I don't know why. Just it's the vibe. I get a voyeur, a peep show dude. You know, he's a peeper. That's what I'm getting. Yeah. You know. Yeah.
Like over and over and over again.
23, I think, was the peak where they were really emphasizing that Christian nationalism was going to be the threat du jour of 2024.
But like for real.
Yeah, you know, because the Project 2025, that's 50% completed of gutting all of the federal gutting the federal government so the billionaires can basically do anything they want, and then destabilize all the institutions so that you can implant propaganda, and people won't be able to tell the difference between propaganda and actual information, because, you know, that's what Christians want, because they want to sell lies as if they're not lies.
What is wrong with Christians loving their country, being involved in politics? Isn't that how America was founded?
Nope. Do y'all have the same? Were you guys homeschooled too? Like, what the hell is going on? Did you get your history taught to you from an Rebecca book?
Yeah, I mean, it's that classic thing where Antifa will post, you know, these World War II, like Antifa in World War II, when they would all consider their great grandfathers like the worst fascists imaginable.
Of course,
every view they hold. Yeah.
What? No, I don't think that's true. Y'all have like literal Nazis taking over your party right now, like legitimately. And you're like, but you know, they were anti-fascists when they were fighting the actual, you know, 1930s Nazis, not the ones that we got today that are just extra stupid.
And so same thing. You're a Christian nationalist if you believe anything that 90% of Americans believed from 1776 to 1970.
Consider that.
Nope, just all wrong. There's just so much wrong.
So CNN does a piece, Pamela Brown, who I know, talking about the radicalization.
Who I know about. I've heard of her. Yeah. Oh, I know her.
Of people.
Is he trying to say that he actually personally knows her? I reached out and called her. Yeah, we're friends. And she did not. She said no comment. That was her response.
At Charlie's memorial. Because Charlie was assassinated by a radical, by, as we talked about with Riley, somebody that was animated, at least in part, by his love affair with somebody that was trans.
Fucking what? What? It's so sad. Like, what the fuck? Like, he knew literally, like, right. Like, they won't show us pretty much any of this person's social media shit, because it's pretty clear they were on the right, but they knew a trans person one time, and that's what, you know, just makes you go out and just start unaliving people because you met a trans, because you were friends with a trans person. You got, you know, what the fuck?
And instead of burning down the country like the real radicals did, we held vigils and memorials, and people bought Bibles, and they got.
Is Erica trans? I actually don't know.
Baptized. How is that a bad?
No, she's just a doll that was that a serial killer turned into his wife.
Bad thing. What are we even talking about here? So let me.
I'm so glad that you don't know either. All right, so now we're cool. I feel like, you know, we're on the same page now.
Let me play the clip. 384. And if you don't get as ticked off as I do watching this, I don't know. This is just really infuriating stuff. 384.
Memorial service was one of the most potent examples of this shift in our culture that we're experiencing right now, where a large segment of America.
Look at that dude. Look at this. This guy just like. He's in psychosis. There's he's having a stroke. That's a stroke. That's stroke face right there. I've seen it before. Okay. And if, yeah. I've seen people have strokes right in front of me. Mm-hmm. It was weird. yeah, kind of felt bad for them. They're okay. They're fine. But this guy, oh, God, and I bet you, this is and you know what's happening here. This guy, way out of key. That's what's happening here. This guy's super out of key, and this guy's like, okay, I'm trying to worship my Jesus, but this guy's like out of keyness is driving me. Oh my God, we need to have a rule that you're only allowed to sing to Jesus if you can sing to Jesus. I can't even focus right now. I'm not it's all, he's like so angry at how off key this guy is.
American Christians are being activated by these ideas,
Look at that
radicalized
lady. She's like crying. Hold on.
of the shift in our culture that we're experiencing right now, where
look at this guy. Is that him? Wait, is that? No, shit. Is that? Anyway, that looks like what's his name? But they just look at what is this guy doing back here? Got the cowboy hat on. Yeah, a couple of cowboy hats we got going on over here. I was gonna say I was trying to find like a bunch of people looking weird while they're worshiping. Everybody just kind of seems to look bored here, actually, except for this one guy. He's really into it, and I think he's only really into it because he knows the camera's right there.
a large segment of American Christians.
It looks like she's having a complete mental fucking breakdown. But that's that's like what they do regularly. Like, we need to go once a week on Sundays to have our mental breakdown anytime some strings are playing in a G, D, E minor, C chord progression. It just happens to be every single song that anybody ever plays to Jesus for some reason. And we just break down in tears because religious trauma, a lot of it. A lot of it. A whole lot of trauma.
Are being activated by these.
The trauma mama. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's a Rama trauma mama.
These ideas radicalized by these ideas that say that they are the persecuted ones and that they need to stand up for Christians' rights.
Well, Charlie did get assassinated.
Yeah. But because of it, because of the Christianity? I don't think it was the Christianity, buddy. I really don't. It's weird that you would think, I don't care about him saying all that stuff about black people and trans people and every other minority group that is targeted by the right. But God damn it, he's a Christian. I gotta take him out. I gotta take the Christianity thing. Just trying to no, racism's fine. Yeah, that's not a go. But the Christianity, get him.
Do you realize that? Whoever this guy is, what's his name?
Who is this guy? What even is this guy's name?
He deserves to be made a little bit famous for being an idiot.
I refuse to know the names of CNN person.
Good one. These guys. I refuse to know the names. That's what I chose. I chose to not. Now, I'm not just lazy and don't do a good job at the job that I get paid to do, to be on camera talking about. I don't want to know any CNN hosts' names. Yeah, on purpose. Yeah.
No.
So we have a nation that was founded by Christians.
Nope. Founded by people. So, some were Christians, others were not. Continue.
Inspired
by quite fanatical Christians, if anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
But nope. Just Christians and non-Christians both going, hey, maybe we could have a country where we can both do the stuff that we both want to do without either one of us stepping on either one of us's rights. What about that? That was what the founding was about.
By the way, the only true form of Christianity is radical Christianity. There's Bible verses talking about if you're a lukewarm Christian, you will be spit out.
Weird. Yeah, and that's weird, right? The guy's like, yeah, I'll spit you out of my mouth. So be more serious about the religion. And like teachers at church would be like that. Do you want to be spit out of God's mouth? Huh? Do you want to be spit? Do you want to be some deity's spit? And really vomit. I think it's more what they were trying to communicate, but they didn't put vomit. Some versions do actually say vomit, but ours is saying spit. But you don't want to be spit either way, or vomit, really. I mean, either one is bad. It's not good. So just be serious. Be weird about this religion, okay?
And it's one of those books Charlie liked, Tom Holland's Dominion, that because we swim in the ocean of Christianity, even if you're not religious, actually, we don't recognize how fundamentally radical Christianity was from its very beginnings, that it totally remade the moral order of the Roman Empire, of the other Europeans that converted to it, of the Middle Easterners who converted to it, that everyone who ran into Christianity in the 1st century, the 2nd century, the 3rd century, for the first time, they're thinking, what in the world is this?
What's up, Christopher? How are we doing? So hold on. So I'm trying to get this back and forth. So I think I just shattered my mother's faith. And I kind of feel like shit for doing it. Don't feel like shit for doing that. That's good. I know it hurts at first. You're like, oh, I'm taking away something that's very special to my mom. Don't worry about it. They need to think, okay? And it's not your fault when they figure out true things. You know what I mean? Don't feel bad about that. Hold on, let me pull this up a little bit. Because this is an interesting conversation, I think, here. Okay, here's the first one I just read. And I kind of feel like shit for doing it. Okay, and then Theo, I think, said, what did you do to disappoint her? And then Christopher said, we just talked about Christianity and America and MAGA. And what? Oh, Lono, I'd probably go visit her after this. Try to make it up. What? That's it? You just talked about MAGA Christian? But I feel like the fact that, you shattered her faith by being like, look what Christianity leads to. People behaving like this, like these MAGA people. You say, and that broke her faith in it or in God? Yeah, how did this happen, dude? Like, God, and like, wow, we're halting the whole show until you lay it down. Oh, there we go. Did we get it? She ended up not going to Ash Wednesday, which is how the convo started. Well, I mean, it's weird to put ash on people's heads anyway. You're kind of saving her the embarrassment of having to walk around all day with ash on your face. Most people are like, hey, you got a little something there, and they're like, nah, I know, I did it on purpose because I'm crazy. Theo says, sure, she'll be happy if you cheer her up with some cake and optimism. I thought for a second, it said Coke and optimism. I'm like, well, the Coke kind of, it kind of takes care of the optimism, actually. It's sort of just a byproduct of Coke. No, not the cola. No, the other kind. Yeah. Although the cola can provide some optimism as well. It's got good bubbles. I like the bubbles. Also, it'll take care of a stomach ache. Anyway, cake is the best. Cake is the best fixer. Okay, yeah, true. I mean, it's pretty good. But Christopher said, I mean, it started with explaining who Paul is and why the Bible isn't written by God. All good things, I think. That anybody that is being manipulated by religion should be happy to hear about, I would think. So then it went into how $1 billion military and the most armed country is a Christian nation. Yeah, that's sort of obsessed with wars. Just all the time. Wars. I do. Did I do something? Oh, no. Okay. Which is weird for, anyway. But, oh, wait, we got one more. Then we talked about all the times the church fucked her over, about all the times she asked priests for help and blessings and how much she had to donate. Like, how much have you donated? Yeah, see, we can't help you. Can you donate some more? Like 3 or 4, 5 or 6, $700. How much do you got? Like, what are we working with? And then we'll see if we can help you out with whatever it is. What did you need help with? Money? Oh, no. Now we get the money. That's how it's. So I will send you some wishes though, some God magic thoughts. So equals out. I think. How it wasn't God that got me clean. It was a good old psychology. It was good old psychology. In the year of methadone. Methadone helps. Holy shit. Dude, I don't know where I'd be without that stuff. It really, the people, methadone gets a bad rap, but it really does. It really does help a lot. I don't think people are really, you're just getting off the street drug and going on the government trip. First of all, private industry was the one that I went with, not the government. But second of all, it normalizes your life. So it makes it like you're not constantly chasing shit. You're not constantly getting sick when people run out of stuff, and you kind of just take it every day. So you forget the whole getting sick and getting better and sick, and the whole roller coaster of it all, Anyway. Christopher, we're trying to do a show about something over here, man. Why are you just, completely sidetracking the whole show? Rude, man. We're trying to unbelievable.
It has to be a radical faith. It is not a.
Who does this guy think he is? Fucking Christopher.
Faith that is just going with your completely innate passive impulses that prevailed everywhere around the world before it came along.
I'm Pastor Alan Jackson. We've had the privilege of partnering with Charlie Kirk. And
you are too loud, sir. I don't know what's going on. Who turned the volume up? But you need to turn it back down. Wow. It's like the people were whispering prior to this. I'm Alan Jackson. Whoa. Jesus. Freaking me out, man.
In this generation.
Well, and this is the point. I mean, you look at what we talked about with the rise of Gen Z men going to church. They're going to the ancient churches that have not bent the knee to the zeitgeist of the culture of the day. They're going with things that are
what would that be?
Proudly and unapologetically preaching the full gospel, the full weight of it. They don't.
I heard too that's a myth. That's not actually true. That church attendance is still down with Gen Z like crazy. I don't know where they're getting the numbers from. It almost sounds like, and I know you're never going to believe this, they're just making shit up. I know they never do that, right? And they do a lot. They do it's about everything all the time, constantly.
Want a weak, watered down preaching style. They don't want that. That's exactly what the world offers. They don't want pseudo social sciences.
The world offers the watered down preaching, The rest of the entire world just fucking watered down, lovey-dovey bull crap.
It's with the pew. That's what the world offers. They want radical Christianity that's boldly standing up for the principles of Jesus Christ and his death on the cross.
The principles, I'm not going to list any of the principles. He died. His death, blood, guts, entrails, torture, murder, Roman torture device. What were we talking about? We were just doing it too. Oh yeah, the Jesus thing. What are Jesus's principles, dude? I never feel like I can get it from these people because they don't ever talk about what they are. I think they thought that like Jesus's principles were just hating all minority groups,
Risen from the dead on the third day, appearing
like it's like a day and a half, dude, not 3. Guys, it's like the Bible can't even count. Can't even count to 3 as it applies to days.
Before the apostles, and then 500, and then 5,000. That's what they want. They want the full thing. And they want people
they want the full thing. It's like, this is just cartoony at this point. This is what I'm saying. I think people have had enough of this shit. I really do. Because it seems like the MAGA ship is sinking. They're not buying it anymore. I don't know. I think, who was it? I think it was the Humanist Report, and they had made the case and was explaining how, like, the fact that these people will kind of excuse all the harmful behaviors that Trump does, as long as they're hoping that things are going to get better for them, right? But when it didn't get better for them, in the sense that, like, you know, grocery prices are still like sky high, gas, all the prices, housing is completely unaffordable. Like all the problems are still there, right? And before they were like, oh no, it's like, I'm going to excuse all the bad stuff because, like, he's going to make things better for me. He's going to fix the gas prices. He's going to fix the eggs prices, stuff like that. But then none of that happened. And they're like, okay, fine. Yes, he is a racist and ICE is like, a Gestapo and everything. And they're like finally willing to say that because nothing's getting better and they're not getting anything out of what they thought, this was all for. So it's just, I mean, it's sad that they're like willing to do that. It's sad that they're willing to sit there and throw people under the bus, to believe that they're going to get help or whatever. I mean, just because, they're looking to get the things that they want. And they're like, well, whatever, if they hurt other people, other minority groups and stuff, as long as I get the grocery prices down. But it's like, but they're not even getting the grocery prices. And so, like, a lot of these people are coming out and saying that, they were stupid. And like, there was a couple different people. Anna Kasparian was one, which I just couldn't believe that she did that. It's like, no, Trump's not a fascist. Relax. It's fine. He's fine. You guys are being too hard on him. And then she's like, I'm sorry, I was an idiot. Yeah, Trump's a fascist. I don't know why I even said any of that. Jesus. Yeah, the fig tree. Jason, remember that Jesus cursed a fig tree. If Jesus was MAGA, he would have cursed it with the semi-automatic. I need to see that dramatization. We need to get AI on that one. And I want to see the one from it's got to be the Jesus from that show, the Chosen or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? It's got to be that Jesus, and I'll just pull out an AK-47 and just like shoot the tree. All the figs just exploding, just like, taking them all out like it's target practice. Or that would be fun too. Like, try to get the one here. You want to go next? Try to get that one up there. Can you get? You got to line up. Here you go. Got to line up the sight. Okay, don't pull the trigger. Squeeze. Okay, squeeze and breathe out. Breathe out when you squeeze. Up, you got it. You got the big fig right up at the top. That was great. That was great. Fucking fig. I hate figs. God, we should shoot at these things more often. This is a lot of fun. Fucking figs. Piece of shit fruit. Who eats figs? Nobody. That's who. God, I hate those things. So I guess I just didn't expect her to actually listen this time. It usually goes in one ear and out the other. But this time she was listening. That's nice. That's great. No, that's good. Get the juices flowing, It's yeah, and everybody's got to get there in their own time. But it's good that you've been consistent with it because it does take a minute. But eventually, all those thoughts are sinking in. It's just they're so programmed to just respond a very specific way that they're like kind of programmed to push it aside. Any kind of criticism, all that type of stuff. They just completely push it aside. But they're listening, and sometimes it just takes a few times for them to demonstrate that they're listening, But that's awesome. That's really great. What's up, Tons of Mice? How we doing, dude? See, I like figs. Remember the Newtons? Fig Newtons? I think that's why Jesus took out that tree. It's like, one day some asshole is going to make non-cookie cookies out of these pieces of shit. Shoot that fucking tree with an AK-47. Shoot it. Shoot it. And I think, yeah, I think that makes good sense. Because fuck those cookies. Those things were terrible. Remember, and they had the whole thing, it's not a cookie, it's a fake news. Shut the nobody cares. Shut up. That's right, because cookies actually taste good. Fig Newton. What the hell is a Newton? Isn't a Newton like a lizard or something kind of? Isn't a Newton? A Newton is a lizard, right? It's a scientist? What? Oh, like Newtonian. I get it. No, I see what you did there. No, it's a lizard. Everybody knows that Newtons are lizards. Anyway, it's a tiny cake. Told you, of course, Amber knew what they are. It's a tiny cake, and I love them more for me. What? You know? All right. You know what? No, it's fine. It's fun. If you were anybody else, I'd be being really mean right now. But you know, I'm gonna let it. It's okay. I got it. I'm all right. I'm fine. We're gonna moving on. Let's check out Kelly. What are you doing? What are you talking about? What's going on? You see the app. What is going on with everybody? Oh my God. What the fuck? Oh, you're wrong. You're wrong. I mean, you're not wrong about eating them, but like you shouldn't have eaten them. Everybody's acting like the Fig Newton things are normal, dude. It's like it's kind of pissing me off. All right, maybe I got to refocus. Okay, you know, got to refocus here. What's up, old folks? How we doing? So my fuck all of you. What? Everybody get out of here. All right, I'm gonna lose it. All right. Anyone else? Am I going to hell? Yes. What did I do? Did I just? Okay. You guys making me so mad that I broke my camera because of the Fig Newton thing. Oh my God. What the fuck? What just happened? I blame Wolfos for this. That's really, you know, that's what's going on here. It says stop mic. Okay. How do you turn it? That is so weird. What the hell happened? Oh, is that a button? Oh God, I found it. Never mind. We're good. We're good. Nobody else talk about Fig Newtons. Fucking mean it. All right. Anyway, back to the Christian nationalist weirdos.
Inspired by that faith to march into the public square and to build a world that looks more like the kingdom of God. That is.
Watch him be like, and boy, I love Fig Newtons. You know, Charlie. One thing about Charlie Kirk is he could appreciate a good cookie, not a cookie, Fig Newton. And I'm, oh my fuck. You know what? This is the end of the stream. It's over. I'm done. I'm done.
The Christian faith.
Let's go to the clip. Charlie, 395.
John Adams famously said the Constitution was only.
Is Charlie back there? Charlie Kirk, is he hiding? It was actually a hologram that got taken out.
Only written for a moral and religious people. It was wholly inadequate for the people of any other. The body politic of America was so Christian and was so Protestant that our form and structure of government was built for the people that believed in Christ our Lord. One of the reasons we're living through a constitutional crisis is that we no longer have a Christian nation, but we have a Christian form of government, and they're incompatible. So you cannot have liberty if you do not have a Christian population.
Fucking what? Then why are all those secular countries capable of having liberty in a non-Christian government? How is that? How is Sweden doing it? Or Norway? Or, yeah, how are those places doing it?
By the way, it looks like we have, I wonder if it's loaded. Is 394 loaded? Yep, loaded. Our little thing that we were discussing has made its way to...
What the hell is happening? Are you talking about a gun? It's like, okay, is my 394 6X 1140 laser? No, blazer. Is it loaded? Okay, well let me use it. I want to shoot I want to blow up those figs back there.
Fox News 394.
Young men report feeling culturally dislocated or villainized by progressive secular discourse regarding masculinity. Traditional forms of Christianity, particularly Catholicism and Orthodoxy, offer a narrative of responsibility, sacrifice, and hierarchy that appeals to men seeking a defined role in a fluid world.
Okay. So, responsibility. Okay. I'll give you that one. Sacrifice. That's weird. That's a weird thing. Hierarchy. And they're like, and that appeals to men. Yeah, men that want everybody to like sacrifice themselves for the power structure, dude, of the hierarchical power structure, and take responsibility as you sacrifice everything for everybody else, so that powerful people can profit from everybody's sacrificing all of their free time and lives and money and everything else.
Now, the report also breaks down weekly religious attendance by education level, and those with postgraduate degrees are at 30%. People with bachelor's degrees, 28%. Emily.
Okay, what is this based on? Via Chapman University Center for Demographics and Policy. Cooperative election study. Because I could have sworn, like, I was watching. Hold on, let me look this up real quick. I'm kind of curious now, because, like, I could have sworn I was looking up something that was saying that it was the opposite, that it actually was going down, but they were doing some, like, messing with the data sets type bullshit that they always do, some hacking type bullshit, where they were, like, messing with the data to make it seem like the attendance is going up, or I think maybe the attendance was going up, but it was like in comparison to where it was before, so it wasn't actually going up. It's still going down, but it's just not going as down, I think. Let me see, hold on. Church attendance. Rates. Yeah, see, church attendance rates in the U.S. are generally trending downward, continuing a long-term, decades-long decline accelerated by the pandemic. While weekly attendance dropped from 35% in 1975 to roughly 20 to 22% by 2022 to 2025, recent data suggests a stabilization point, with some studies indicating a slight resurgence among younger practicing millennials and Gen Z, while older generations attend less frequently. So overall, it is going down, but there's like a slight. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, they will take anything and run with it. They're just like, oh, there's like a slight little bit for the the kids or whatever, the Gen Z kids. They're like, Dad. I mean, I could see that too, in the sense of, like, there's just not as, like, kids just aren't as social, I think. And so it's like a way to kind of like have human to human social interaction, because so much of our social interaction has become digitized, as it were, if you will, per se. Long-term decline overall attendance lower than 2 decades ago, with 57% of Americans rarely or never attending church, up to 13% in 2000, up from 13% in 2000. Wow. So, holy shit, wait a second. So, in the year 2000, 13% of people said they rarely or never attended church, and now it's at 57. That's gone. That's up. It's going in a lot from 13 to 57. That's quite the jump. I mean, granted, it was 20-something years or whatever, but still. Generational shifts. While baby boomers and older generations are attending less, some studies suggest a surprising uptick in weekly attendance among younger generations. That's what we were just talking about. Oh, denomination, regional and denominational variations. Non-denominational churches have seen growth, while established denominations have generally seen declines. Interesting. Wonder what that's about. Reason for decline: the rise in people with no religious affiliation, nuns, not those kind, not the penguin nuns. And the shifting of religion from a central to a peripheral role in people's lives. Overall, some studies show stabilization. Yeah, so no, it's going down. A slight uptick, and not even just not declining quite as fast for a second. And they're like, yeah, it's just skyrocketing, because that's how they have to do everything. I'm just choosing to lie to myself. It's kind of my whole thing. That's sort of just what we do, Hepper said, while Charlie did not voice an opinion on Fig. No, my God, we got to stop. In 2024, TPUSA members ran a campaign implying kids who vote for Harris get Newtons instead of candy. I knew it. I knew there was a reason that I hated those things. 10 minutes goes by so fast, I know when you're having fun, it really does. Theo said, do not trust any statistics. You did not fake yourself. That is pretty funny. I like that. You did not fake yourself. That's great.
To add to this a little bit, okay, it's a worldwide phenomenon. 45% increase in the.
I know I've got like a cold and stuff. Fucking cold weather just messes with me, or it's in allergy. I don't know.
Number of people baptized in France. In the UK, they have seen 18 to 24-year-olds jump from 4% believers and attending church in 2018 to 16%.
France? Did she just say France? Who the fuck cares about France?
But I love this. Most of this growth is concentrated among Catholics and Pentecostals. A shout out to my evangelical crowd there.
4% is what it bottomed out in the UK.
But what's crazy is that they're talking about how young men specifically feel alienated by a progressive discourse. If you show that Yahoo again, just give me this picture of this guy with his glasses.
There's fucking Yahoo over here. Just show it. Look at this fuck. He looks stupid, He looks just like what you would expect a scholar to look like, and like stupid. That's right. And whenever I picture a scholar, I picture long hair, right? Back in a ponytail. Maybe like dirty blonde, light brown, beard, but like a really big beard that just like comes out the bottom, tattoos, listens to metal, That's what I don't know why. It's just the picture I get. So I don't even know what they're all talking about.
Saying they're being radicalized, stand up for their Christian faith. Well, what do you think's going to happen when you target pro-lifers that are praying outside of an abortion clinic? What do you think's going to happen when you spy on Catholics? And this is what young men feel alienated by. That's a Karen with a beard right there, talking about the rise of Christian nationalism. Do
they all get the same notes? Oh yeah, you got to talk about his appearance, man. You got to talk about how stupid he looks. He looks like a guy. He looks like a guy. That's it. Like, I was at the DMV the other day. 18 of that guy in line. That is the most normal looking fucking person. His beard's a little short. Okay. Let it grow a little bit, buddy. It's okay. Let it breathe. I know you're making an appearance on CNN. You don't need to look that kept. You know what I mean? Just come on. Let it grow out a little bit. Jeez. Other than that, don't get the clear frames either. The clear frames are that's kind of weird. It's like you're pretending to not wear glasses whilst wearing glasses. We can see them, man. Okay, making the frames clear doesn't make them invisible. Okay, stupid, right? Right?
Eyes of Christian nationalism. is why we didn't burn down cities when Charlie was killed. What are they complaining about?
Did we burn down? Kevin, were you burning down cities? When, oh, that's right. You know why? But big guy, big dog? Because the person who did it went to jail, you dumb fuck. Holy shit. Now, if the dude that took out Charlie and everybody knew who they were was just like, it was justified. Because, you know, Charlies don't matter. You know, that would be that would be kind of analogous as to like what was happening when the other people I think you're referring to got unalived by, you know, the state and got away with it. Anyway. Hey, what's up? So I don't often have my hair pulled back in a ponytail. I have no you don't have tattoos? What? That's so funny. I pictured tattoo. I actually don't have any either. And I think everybody thinks I do a lot of times. But I still, you know, I haven't made up my mind on what. See, now I got to get the book and look at it. It's like, I could have sworn she had some tattoos. That's too funny. So you're reading the Bible too much. And I think that you're being influenced in a very negative way. Get a goddamn tattoo. What is happening?
What would you want in its place?
No, I really actually do want to get a tattoo. I just haven't. I had one that I did myself on my leg, and I think that was why I haven't gotten one since, because I didn't like it. I don't like it, and I don't even. You know, I'm not even going to talk about what it is because it's stupid.
Of Antifa thugs marching in the streets, throwing Molotov cocktails. What would you want in its place? More targets looted? More buildings burned?
What is the world that they think exists? It's so strange to just hear them just be like, oh, yeah, well, this is going on everywhere. Every time I go into a Target, there's a bunch of blue-haired feminists just, you know, breaking everything and running out with full carts of all the food. I was trying to shop for my family, and some leftist ran off with my cart right out the store. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? This stuff isn't real. Like, it's just, there's like those couple of videos or whatever, and they're like, that's just all the time. This is just what because they made that law that says that it's not a felony unless it's over $1,000. And their argument is that they think if you steal something for like $5 or whatever, it should be a felony. That's what that law was about. You know, but they're just like, how dare those lawmakers not make steal $5 worth of stuff a felony? Fucking what? And then it leads to them saying stuff like this, acting like it's just constantly happening. And the same thing with the protests. The shit was like way spaced out, and they didn't burn down like anything. There was like one fire or something like that. It was not what they were saying. But they see those couple of images that are sensationalized, and they're like, oh man, they burned entire cities down. You know? And it's like, I honestly think that we could have that would have been fine when you have state-sponsored violence like that.
Mangione's going around shooting the head of United Healthcare. Is that what you really want?
They do kind of hurt. I mean, you know, I feel like, yeah, I get that. I'm always scared too because I have a hard time sitting still. You know, that I would just be like moving around. Anyway, you know, and they're like, oh my God, Brantley, stop. Well, now you got a line all the way up your back because you can't just sit still, dude. Just stop moving. Like, I can't. I don't even do that when I'm not having a needle shoved into my arm. Not like that. That's the only time I can actually sit still. It's a very specific needle.
I just don't understand what they're so upset about. This country is a Christian nation. It was founded by Christians, as Charlie said. And guess what? Western civilization is defined by one through line: Christianity. You are blessed by Christianity, CNN. You are blessed by the fact that Christians are still driven to lead purposeful lives and get into politics, to get into business, to have families.
If they don't like Christian nationalism, they are not going to like whatever comes after
Islamic
it.
nationalism. Is that what you want?
Oh my God.
I don't think you want that.
They're doing the same thing. Now let's talk about how bad Muslims are. Anyway, on our next story, Muslims are the worst ever.
Thank you for bearing with me. All right, so we actually have a clip.
I didn't bear with you, and I will not.
Of Charlie being called a Christian nationalist by a student during a Prove Me Wrong debate. Let's go ahead and play cut. Do we have the number 404?
Christian nationalism, I do not agree with at all. I think it's antithetical to the values of the early church. And I think, how do you reconcile especially white Christians in this America, marrying politics and power with their faith in this country?
I think it's awesome, actually. It's really great. I love having all the power to be able to terrorize everybody that isn't my exact faith.
Well, there's a lot there. I've never described myself as a Christian nationalist. So I'm a Christian and a nationalist, so I've never used those two.
And then right there, that and nationalist, where in the scriptures does a Christian...
Well, thank you. Jeremiah 29:7, demand the welfare of the nation that you are in because your welfare is tied to your nation's welfare.
Demand the what? Hold on. See, now I feel like I gotta look that up. What was it?
Right there, that and nationalist, where in the scriptures does a Christian...
Well, thank you. Jeremiah 29:7, demand...
Jeremiah 29:7. Hold on. I gotta look this up. Because I kind of feel like he might just be taking it out of context. Wow, I cannot spell. It's all right. Google will figure it out. It's smart, it can tell. I feel like it just understands my exact lack of spelling. Okay, Jeremiah 29:7 commands the Jewish exiles in Babylon to seek the peace, welfare, and prosperity of the city where they were sent, to pray for it and to work for its well-being, because the city's prosperity directly impacts their own. This verse emphasizes civic engagement, prayer, and working for the common good, even in difficult circumstances. Let me see here. Context. God commanded the Babylon captives to settle down, build homes, and live rather than rebelling, as their exile was a long-term plan. Action? What the hell does action mean? The people were to actively work for the welfare, peace, shalom, or prosperity of their place of exile. Kind of feel like this is a little different just already, We're not exiled here, just is the first glaring difference there. And it's just such a broad. It's crazy when they can make a connection like that, and that's I guess that's just what they do, especially when it comes to Bible verses. To be like, oh, the welfare of the city directly affects the welfare, their welfare, and so that means we got to force everybody to follow our interpretation of our religion through the law because of that Bible verse. It's like, no, I don't think, especially when you have a constitution that is literally, that says exactly not to have an establishment of religion. But prayer, they were instructed to pray to the Lord. And they were just instructed to pray? Because I'd be fine with that. Christian nationalists can pray for America all they want. I'm cool with that. It's the it's the forcing the religion on people that I kind of have a problem with. But Okay.
And the welfare of the nation that you are in, because your welfare is tied to your nation's welfare.
Notice how it doesn't say, and take over everything. Yeah, that's, and make sure that you partner up with the billionaires and the other people that have extreme amounts of wealth in order to take over the government so that you can force your religious beliefs on everybody.
Beautiful answer. True.
Beautiful answer. Gorgeous. Oh, I got a tear in my eye. That guy was good. That was really good. Jeremiah, that book always gets me, so poetic.
You're called to support the nation state. It was God that defined the boundary lines of the nations and, render unto.
Cool. Can he, it'd be great if he could do that then, man, since God defines it. Where's he at? Because all I'm hearing from are you fuckheads.
Caesar what is Caesar's, render unto God what is God's. I mean, God loves
paying taxes, dude. What the fuck? They're like, that's another verse that vaguely mentions government, sort of, kind of, because of the face on the coin.
Order. And this is, a lot of these people that don't believe in, being proudly nationalistic or patriotic. I see them as basically bleeding into the same concept. What the left wants to do is create a boogeyman that never existed until they sort of invented the term, and then they use it as a cudgel to try and scare you and make you distance yourself from it. Well, listen.
It's a cudgel to make... Do you know what a cudgel is? I don't think he knows what a cudgel is, because that's not... Okay. So I feel like he's heard other people say, and they used it as a cudgel, but that's not what it means at all. All right, y'all. I gotta wrap her up, but thanks for hanging out. This is fun, and we will be back. I'm trying to think what day I'm back. I think I'll be back Sunday. Not totally sure though. But for the most part, Thursdays are going to be it, and Wednesdays. Yeah, some Wednesdays. So Wednesday, Thursday. Not doing Tuesdays anymore. So we're just going to be doing Wednesdays and Thursdays. So yeah, be on the lookout. Come hang out. It's real. We're just going to be loosey goosey about it. Relax fit, as it were, if you will, per se. And yeah, but and then the next show, we're going to be selling some flags. It's going to be cool. All right, Joe. Thanks so much for hanging out. If you want to support the show, you can hit that like button. You can pound that like button with your finger. Sorry, your finger. There it is. Finger that like button. Yeah, and if you or there's a bunch of other things you could do. Right, they're all listed right here, and they're all the links are in the description. So it's pretty great. And again, thanks, a ton of thanks to Jess from the channel How to Rule an Asteroid. And again, I will link her show below. But the main thing is to stay logical, stay loving, stay skeptical, and compassionate. And we will see you next time. Let's go. So we got this